Right here, the Uncanny podcast, watching the new Tupac movie, All Eyez on Me. We'll bring you that review soon. You hear me? Yeah, this your boy Uncanny Flacco.
And Steve.
And we here to talk to you about the All Eyez on Me Tupac movie. We just came back from an early screening over here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Steve, how you feeling? How you feeling right now?
Super trash. Now I'm fucking with you. It was a good movie, but it wasn't very impactful. Like, the movie wasn't trash, but it wasn't good. It was just even balanced. Where I feel like it wasn't big or great as NWA. I'm expecting more from this movie. And the quality of the movie, I feel like it could have been a Netflix series, and it could have been more of a 1-part, 2-part, where it could have showed different sections of his life. What do you think about the movie?
Well, since we was going straight into it, first of all, I wanted to give a shout out to that fucking asshole that was sitting in front of us. Some fucking people don't know how to enjoy a fucking movie. This fucking cornball ass, he had his fucking phone out. His brightness was on 110. And he's on his weak ass Instagram live. That shit was not popping. Nobody was checking it out. And he had this shit just there, fucking flashing everybody. Everybody's trying to watch the movie. This fucking dude don't know how to enjoy a fucking movie. Then he had headphones on in his ears, but his fucking phone still goes on fucking loud. I had to tell this dude, Steve right here, let you know. I had to tell this dude, I'm like, yo, can you fucking turn off your fucking phone, B?
I tell my boy, Pretty Boy Flacco, like, calm. He's like, nah, I'm gonna get this nigga. And then I kept him calm, and then some big black dude came out and, yo, put your phone down. He put his phone down.
That's not how it went down. But once I told him, yo, put your phone away, B, that he had a phone on for another hour. He took it out at the end. Rightfully so, because everybody put their phone out. Everybody took their phone out.
There was a big black dude sitting next to him, so he thinking that, he would have said that. I think he didn't think that Mateo said it. Pretty Boy Flock over here. But I think if it was you, he would have put the phone down.
Well, I did tell him. He put that shit away, all right? So,
I give
shout out to that motherfucker.
I give you an E for effort.
Yeah, and shout out to the motherfucker sitting behind us. That nigga must have had like fucking 2 thought juices that fell down. All you heard was long ass empty cans just falling down seats and shit.
And he kept repeating himself, but like, oh my god, you look like Tupac. Oh my god, you look like Tupac. Like, no shit. Like, what do you expect the movie to be? Gonna be juice?
He had me tight, but me personally, I as a movie, I enjoyed it. But there was a couple of inconsistencies. Steve. I mean, you know.
I agree.
They rushed a lot of things through, but which is understandable. You have to fit what you can fit within a 2.5 hour long movie. But I felt like there was aspects of the movie that they could have dove more into.
I feel like I was seeing a better version of Belly. Like, the quality was like a music video. It wasn't like a Hollywood movie. I know that's what they wasn't trying to aim for, but still, like,
you have something against Belly.
I love Belly, but I think the movie could have been better. I feel like it was like a Netflix movie.
Let's go from the beginning. They showed Tupac's mom. All right, that was pretty on to it. You know, she was a Black Panther. She was part of the Black Panther 21 that they was conspiring to blow up some buildings in Manhattan or for the movement and whatnot. She got bagged and she went to jail, and she was 5 months pregnant when she got to jail, but in the movie when she came out she was still pregnant. Now I thought she gave birth in jail. Did she give birth in jail, Steve?
But I heard she didn't. I think it was more she was up to a due date in 9 months where she could have gave birth in jail, but once she got out she gave birth to Tupac. I don't really remember. I'm not getting my facts straight, but that's what I recall from last time hearing about. He was about to give birth in jail, but I don't know if she ever did.
Yeah, we just came out of the movie theaters, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all want to fact check us in the comments? Y'all can fact check us in the comments. But we just came from the theater.
Just imagine him being born in jail. That's a hard ass motherfucker.
He was raised and bred from the system.
Rape in the system?
They didn't show no rape. But we talking about the beginning of the movie.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She came out of jail, you know what I'm saying? She had a press conference and all of that. She was a strong black woman. That was pretty much on point.
Shout out to all the strong black women. I love y'all.
Shout out to all the strong black women out there. Shout out to all the strong black women that look good on Instagram. Ooh, y'all know who y'all are.
But these buggos? Should we keep going? No, let's back to the movie.
I got one that I'm following called Mariah Mills. Let's give her a shout out. God damn. All right. This is the Instagram part. This is the movie review.
That's enough.
I'm a little litty. Steve drunk some coffee with a little bit of something in his coffee, but I'm a little bit of litty.
Something little.
Back to the movie. So yeah, and then they fast forward a little bit. They showed his step pops, who was also a member. What's his name? Matulu?
Malolo? I don't remember.
His name was Matulu. And they showed it was Christmas Eve, and I guess there was poor. I don't know how he was part of the revolution, and there was poor. They gave him and his sister notebooks to write in, talking about that'll do more for you than a basketball. It's a good call, but I wouldn't give my children a notebooks, cheap little 50-cent notebooks for Christmas.
It showed how
it was the message that mattered.
Yeah, the message that mattered. It showed how he became a poet because his mother gave him a book for Christmas. And for something I saw writing, it became to a poet, rhymes, his struggle, everything. I've seen
interviews where they say everywhere Pac went, he always had a book with him. He was always reading. He knew a lot of Shakespeare. He had a lot of quotes of Shakespeare in that movie.
That's another thing I didn't know. He was a big fan of Shakespeare's.
Yeah, he was reading throughout his whole life. That's how he knew, his vocabulary was real wide and shit. One thing you got to appreciate about the movies, they didn't really paint. This is what the directors was going for. They didn't want to paint them out to be, this thug-like dude. Like, there was more to Pac than what the media portrays. Like, how the media blew the whole East Coast versus West Coast out of proportion. That was mostly media. The movie wanted to show Pac. They wanted to show Tupac. They showed him through the eyes of people that knew him more than what the media portrayed him to be.
Being a very revolutionary type of person, he wanted to make a difference in his culture and in society.
And he did, throughout time, he did.
He made, but then back to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
so it talks about a lot of his mother that I didn't know. And from there, I knew where she was part of the Black Panther movement.
That?
Nah, I knew, but it showed a different side of her. So it was kind of cool, like, oh, wow. And for his father, too, I don't know shit about his father, honestly.
Yeah, they didn't show much about his father. His pops wasn't around or whatever, but he did have a stepfather figure. But then he was, I guess he was robbing banks, as the movie portrays, as they say. So he was a wanted man. And during that same Christmas footage, they showed he left, and then the cops came in like 20 minutes later. They busted up the house. They knew the mom because the mom was in jail. She knew the feds was watching her. Yeah, they came in and she slapped the officer in the face. I don't know if that's real or not or whatever. But then the next scene, they was moving to Baltimore. And then from there, they fast forwarded to 1987, the year I was born. Let's give it up for all the 80s babies out there.
Crack babies.
Hey, listen, that was uncalled for. But they fast forwarded it. I knew Tupac. We knew Tupac was part of arts and performance school, and they dove into that. That's when he met Jada Pinkett Smith. And shout out to the hairstylist and makeup of this movie, because if it wasn't for the hair, we would not know half of these people. I would not have known that was Jada Pinkett Smith, but I was like, that hair do look like Jada Pinkett Smith. And then he called it Jada Pinkett. He called it Jada like 5 minutes after that. So that's how I knew that was her. There was no crack in Baltimore, and I was surprised because Baltimore is a very heavy drug using city over there.
Especially The Wire. Baltimore was influenced by The Wire.
Let's give it up for The Wire. One of my favorite shows ever. All 5 seasons. Was it 5 seasons? All the seasons was my favorite seasons. Shout out to The Wire.
Shout out to Snoop and Snoop Dogg.
But yeah, shout out to Omar, Michael K. Williams.
My pops met him.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Nah, my pops was a former taxi driver. And
former or still?
Not former. But anyways, at least I know my pops.
Back to the movie. Yeah, I like that jab you got there. We're back to the movie though. Yeah, they went to Baltimore.
Wait, you let me finish the story.
Your pop story? You want to give us your pop story?
Oh no, I was just saying Michael K. Williams was a cheap tipper. He gave him like $1 tip. His former drug dealer portraying the drug dealer inside The Wire, and he gave my pops $1.
What year was this?
A couple months ago. Now I fuck with you.
Couple of months ago, that motherfucker got money.
Anyways, we jump back to the movie.
So they're in Baltimore. His father figure, who was a thug after Matulu, all I know his name was his legs. What was his name? D-Ray Davis?
D-Ray Davis? The dude from Wild 'N Out?
Yeah, who played legs in the movie?
Oh yeah, D-Ray. Yeah, you're right about that.
You fucking asshole.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to me for knowing my actors.
He loved bad actors. So
Jesus Christ, you had to call D-Ray Davis a bad actor in the movie?
He loved him in that movie, but Cedric the Entertainment. What's that movie called?
Entertainment?
Yeah, Entertainment. My bad.
Listen, man, back. This is about the Tupac review, right?
And he loved them barbershop too.
Anyways, sick reference, bro. How you referencing our first episode on the second episode? Back to the damn story. So I know he had a father figure named Legs who was a hardcore thug, and that's where he got most of his thug-like persona from, because they showed in the movie him fucking up some dude, I guess owed him money or was another dealer, but he was walking on his block like if he had a fucking pass. D-Ray Davis beat the shit out of him. And then from there they moved into Cali. But throughout this first portion of the movie, they only showed one sister. And I believe that Tupac had a couple of sisters and a brother or two. Like didn't he have more siblings than just one sister?
Yeah, they're like 20 siblings.
So that's one inconsistency in the movie. But then they moved to Florida. Wow, they moved to California.
He's not Puerto Rican. Come on.
All right. They moved. They moved to California to I forgot what section of Cali, but yeah, he says that the first person he seen killed was the first moments he spent in California. Some baby mama stabbed the shit out of the man, and he fell down his hands and shit. He's ringing the doorbell. I thought that part was real funny. He's like, "Yo, somebody open the door, please. I'm trying to get inside. I ain't trying to be the next one this lady stabs." He goes inside, and then yeah, he was upset. He didn't want to leave Baltimore because he was doing his school. He felt like everything was right. Then he moved to Cali. And then, he had to drop out of school. He had to make money to support his family because he was the only man in the house. So he hooked up with Shock G and the Digital Underground.
Shout out Shock G. Shout out to people with the big noses. That's including me.
I knew that was Humpty Hump once he was like,
I think you knew that was me.
He's like, yeah.
I think you knew that was me.
Shock G, it was a dead giveaway. If you know your hip-hop history, you knew that was him because he sounded just like him. Shout out to that.
Oh, I got mad. They didn't show Tupac moves. They didn't Digital Underground. There were a bunch of dancers.
Groove Me Baby. He did have a dance scene. He was dancing during when he was performing the Groove Me Baby song.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't like a very big dance scene. Like I want him to do like the spin of Vooney or freaking. I want that to see more dancing shit. Yeah, I know Tupac was a dancer.
But yeah, then he hooked up with them and he was the background dancer. Then he stepped up to Shock G. He was like, "Yo, now I'm saying it's time for me to make moves. You give me a part or I'm dipping." And it was a little jokey scene. And then they gave him a part. They did show that. And then after that, they skipped a lot of albums. They went from there straight to him writing and starring in the movie Juice, which was a great movie, one of my favorite movies.
Great movie. Give it up for Juice. Give it up for Juice.
We'll give it up for Juice. He played Bishop. Then people interviewing him was like, "Oh, did the role Bishop inspire you to take on this thug life persona and stuff like that?" Then he was like, "No, thug life is all around us." But from Juice, they skipped like 2-3 of his first albums.
Yeah, because I never knew like how he got into hip hop. Like they didn't really show any influence, and they didn't really talk about his first album, Tupacalypse Now.
Or his second album.
Yeah, and then his Tupacalypse Now, like, had a lot of. It was very raw, like, it was very underground album. They didn't really show him making any type of music, how we got into it. It went straight to Brendan Had a Baby. And Brendan Had a Baby is a classic song, but they show him how he structured his song, how he got into it, like the NWA movie where they show.
Straight Outta Compton?
Was it Straight Outta? Well, like, my 6'4". Jocking the bitch.
You see how they cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Yeah, you saw how they were trying to structure that song. They were telling Eazy-E, like, look, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Oh shit, that sounds hot. They should have done that with Tupac. Well, what was his first song? What was he influenced by?
That's one thing they skipped in the movie was they skipped a couple of albums. They did a lot of fast forwarding. They didn't really show him recording in the booth and, looking for the sound. They're like, yo, this is the track right here. This is the one right here. They just, breezed through it and they got to later on, his other albums, that he wanted some money. He was in lawyer issues. His controversies, they didn't show much of his controversies. They didn't show when he was spit at the photographer, grabbed the photographer's camera and shit and smashed it and whatnot. They didn't show none of that. They was like a 20-second clip where they talked about 10 issues he got into within a year, and they just showed a bunch of newspaper clips of all this stuff that was going on, but they didn't get into his controversies. But I feel like that's just the direction that the director was going in, because he didn't want to show he didn't want to show Tupac in that light or that thug life mode, so they just really skipped over a lot of his controversies.
You think they skipped it because they didn't want to give the audience too much about him, where people thought who he really was? Like, we didn't know Tupac was this gangster, this poet, this revolutionary type of person. Like, there's different sides of Tupac. You think they just wanted to stick to one side of him, that he was just a crazy motherfucker? And like many things, like, we don't really know about Tupac. And from there, like, we saw the light where they were trying to go with him. And from there, they should have just at least showed more image of Tupac. They should have shined a light on him. That's why I was saying earlier, it should have been a Netflix series of how they go into his albums or what he been through, his trials and tribulations. Like, come on. And it was, how long was the movie? 2 hours? It felt kind of short, too.
It was like 2.5 hours.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't felt it.
All I know is that I've seen some interviews with LT Hutton and Benny Boom that, they didn't want to paint him out to be a bad guy. This movie was hard to come out because before his mother died, God rest the dead. She didn't really want a lot of aspects of the movie to be shown, and they was talking to her. They was like, listen, some of this stuff has to be shown because this is Tupac. You just can't just skip over a lot of shit. And I guess after her passing, God rest the dead again, that they gave him a more of a green light to put in, what they wanted to put in. But the controversies they skipped over. So then, they going through, they fast forward a couple of stuff, and they show when he met Biggie Smalls. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. R.I.P. They R.I.P. Biggie Smalls. They showed his They showed Gravy from the Notorious movie. They brung him back, and I respected that. A lot of people got their own issues with who played Biggie in the Biggie Smalls movie.
I feel like they should have went a different direction with that.
Gorilla Black? I feel like they should have picked Gorilla Black.
Oh my God, Baby Bean Siegel.
Listen, man, at least they picked the dude who played Notorious before. So that way, it continued on. I felt like, there was a presence there that, was felt before. And it felt a little more realer, even though, whatever
but they said the movie
people's personal opinions, I felt like, okay, it continued a little bit. They showed his life with Biggie Smalls a bit, they showed how they was cool at first. Oh, damn. They showed Haitian Jack. His name in the movie is Nigel. What's up?
Let's stay with the Biggie conversation, because in the movie I didn't like that they didn't put the freestyle they did together.
Yeah, MSG.
Yeah. I didn't like they didn't put that out.
They could have did that.
Well, Biggie spit his verse, and then with Tupac, like, it wasn't very lyrical, but it has a lot of energy. Well, like, oh shit, like,
he came in loud as fuck.
Yeah, and then we didn't really see that with this Tupac. Like, he was a great actor. We're not gonna lie, but I didn't really see his energy. I didn't really see like a crazy motherfucker. But I do understand that they didn't want to paint that image of Tupac either. He was just very calm. But I wouldn't know he's very calm. Like, the media put him out as like, yo, I'm gonna just smack this nigga. I'm about to take my gun out or whatever. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to see more with that performance too. And they show him and Biggie being cool. We do know the story where Tupac took Biggie under his wing.
They was cool before.
Even he said and hit him up, like, you slept on my couch, nigga. Like, I did everything for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we know all about that, but they should have shown more about that. And then they were seeing also talking about Biggie, where he was telling Tupac, like, yo, watch these niggas, like, watch your mans. Mm-hmm. And those rumors were kind of true too.
They showed Biggie, and they was, he was chilling out with this dude named Nigel in the movie.
Now we get it with that.
Yeah. Now, I don't know why they called him Nigel. Maybe they didn't want to give a shout out to Haitian Jack, but that was Haitian Jack. Some
I thought it was Nigel
history.
From the Wild Thorn, baby.
Sick reference, bro. That was not Nigel from the Wild Thornberries, though. I think that's Haitian Jack. And yeah, that was Haitian Jack. And Biggie warned him about him. He's like, yo, he's a real dude or whatever. But that had to be Haitian Jack because they was in Brooklyn. And, Biggie knows some New York cats, so he knew that had to be
about Haitian Jack, because most of our listeners wouldn't know Haitian Jack.
Listen, man, if you don't know who Haitian Jack is, do your Googles, man. Haitian Jack is, kind of like he didn't own a label, but he was like a record exec or something like that. All right, I don't know about his professional life, but I know he was one of the notorious fucking robbers throughout Brooklyn. Like, they robbed mad motherfuckers. I think it was a Black Mafia crew, something like that. Yeah, they robbed a lot of motherfuckers. They did a lot of dirty work. He has his tangles into the old school hip hop throughout the 90s and shit like that. He has something to do with a lot of people. Friends with Mike Tyson, friend with Pac and or whatever. But it was just a goon. He was just a gangster dude. He had a lot of money and shit like that. He had his ties in the early hip hop. But yeah, so he met up with Haitian Jack, and he was rocking with him. They needed money. He got him. He did this. They got him. From there, they went into some chick. What was the name of the movie? Brianna.
Brianna, yeah.
Was it Brianna or Brenda? It was Brianna. All right, she had a fat ass, and let's give it up to that actress. We need to find out who she was. She came out in this tiger dress, and I already knew she was trouble wearing that shit. They showed her dancing with dude. They gave him head on the dance floor, like, hey.
with a blunt in his mouth?
With a blunt in his mouth. Damn, you ain't never had head and fucking smoke a blunt at the same time? I don't know what you're doing with your life. So yeah, you know, then from there they showed a little more. They went to a hotel room. Pac was, you know, this chick was like blowing his phone up. Once she was blowing his phone up, I knew that bitch was one of them thought traps. Like she was trying to either have a baby by him or some shit like that, get some money out, whatever. But as the story plays out, it turned out this was the bitch that accused Tupac of rape. And in the movie, they showed that she was giving him a massage, and he was like, yo, I ain't with it. I'm going to the next room, whatever. She's banging on his door, talking about, yo, how you let them niggas rape me like that. He goes downstairs, Haitian Jack is in handcuffs, talking about that he and all them people raped her.
I think they shouldn't involve that part because...
No,
it was kind of like, I didn't really get the part where they were both together, and then he was like, she was giving him a massage, and he wasn't with it. Like, she was down to smash. You're like, yo, you gotta get out of my room. So
they smashed before, by the way.
Yeah, they did, but like, she dipped, and then he took a nap, and then she come back crying, saying that she got raped.
How you let them do that to me? How you left me over there by myself?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they shouldn't, like, we don't really know the full story. That's the thing. I think they should have just left it out. Like, they should have put out, oh, he been in trial, this and that. Like, they don't want to put other scenes where supposedly he got raped.
Kind of true, kind of not. Like, they left out a lot of his controversies.
That's
but
one of them.
This was one that they showed. Like, why show this one?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was an integral part to the story, though.
But you never know, like, oh, that really happened. Now we're gonna have like a newer audience who don't even know the story about Tupac.
Well, if they know the story of Tupac, they know he does have he was accused of rape at one point, and that was the one rape that he was accused of. But as well too, there was other things that he was accused of, other things that he did do that they never showed though. When did they show when he shot at the cops? Was that before he met Haitian Jack or after?
That was before he met Haitian Jack.
All right, so we skipped the part. Yeah, there was a part, the part of you Tupac fans out there that know about Tupac, that he seen somebody getting beat up by these two guys, and he come out of nowhere, then he shoots the two guys, and it came out to be that they was undercover cops. And they showed the scene, the fight scene, and then when he shot them, they kind of skipped over why he got off. And what they said, he got off because the cops had stolen guns or some shit like that.
Yeah, they had stolen guns, so they couldn't clear for anything for that.
Did he kill those two officers, or he just popped them?
He popped them. He shot one of them. Give it up for Tupac shooting cops.
Damn.
We're not promoting
not really for sure cops. No, but he stuck up for somebody. Racist
cops he shot.
He stuck up for somebody. they threw that in the movie. But then back to this rape charge. So then from there he was gonna go record. He needed money for lawyer fees because he was running out of lawyer fees because as we mentioned before, they skipped over a whole lot of his controversies that he needed to pay his lawyer, he needed to pay the retainer and all of that. And
yeah, they didn't really talk about his money issues too.
They really didn't. They just said at one point that, hey, this is the retainer, and then if you don't pay this stuff, that we can't have we can't have this lawyer with us. And from there he was scheduled to go to Quad Studio to record a verse.
And then from there, when he went, so going back, so he went to do a verse for who? With
Biggie or I don't know how the story goes if he was gonna go, because Quad Studio had a bunch of like studios in there. So I don't know if Biggie knew that he was there, or that's part of the controversy as well. Because they didn't know. I don't know if he went to go record with Biggie Smalls or he went to just go do a song. And Biggie Smalls happened.
There were many stories, because that's the thing. Because they were saying that
many stories.
He went there just to record a record, but then other stories saying that he knew Biggie was there, and then Biggie was like, "Yo, what's good? Let's call a record. Let's chop it up real quick." So there's many sides into that was going on. Mm-hmm. And what I heard too, there were stories where Biggie and Diddy, they knew he was gonna get jacked. They didn't know about who though. Those are rumors. They were saying that they knew who was gonna about Jack Tupac, but it was more about they're gonna beat him up, smack him out a little bit. But they didn't know that he actually was gonna get shot. They were saying that they shot Tupac because he took his gun out and was about to shoot back, and from there they felt threatened, so they automatically shot him 5 times. Was it 5 times?
Yeah, 5 times.
Oh yeah.
But a little bit of rewind. He had a fallout with Haitian Jack in the movie, aka Nigel in the movie, and people was like, yo, Haitian Jack's people was like, yo, we're gonna pop this dude, and Haitian Jack told him, nah, chill. And then Mano's in the movie. Shout out to Mano. Let's keep it Brooklyn here. So Mano's in the movie, and Mano played the role of King Tut. Wallace, Walter Johnson, something like that. Another one of the Black Mafia crew that they just known for notoriously robbing motherfuckers throughout Brooklyn. Let's give it up for Brooklyn. Keep it real. We're recording this in East New York, by the way. Just letting y'all know.
Isn't the real 50 Cent from Brooklyn? The real 50 Cent?
Is he?
I think so.
But that's his
Give it up.
He got a documentary. He got a documentary out there somewhere. We're not talking about the real 50 Cent or 50 Cent here. So in the movie, it was like, yo, we gonna get him anyways. Fuck what Haitian Jack says. So then I guess they had the lineup on Tupac. They knew he was going to Quad Studio. And then the movie comes out, you know, Mano playing as King Tut. King Tut played as by Mano is there, and he's waiting for him, and then Tupac's about to press the elevator button, and then King Tut is there like, yo, get on the floor, da 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 da. Tupac's about to pull out his gun, and then they show in the movie King Tut shooting Tupac in the leg. Funkmaster Flex want to say that the first shot he took in the leg, Tupac shot himself pulling the burnout. We don't know. We wasn't there. We're going to talk about the movie shows. So, you know, King Tut fucking shot him in the leg, shot him a couple of times. Mano was just talking a bunch of shit to him. Before every shot, he has like 4 sentences. Oh, I told you to lay down. It's Brooklyn, nigga. Bah! What? Give me that chain. Bah! This and that. Bah! Like, they made it into a big scene or whatever.
Shout out to Mano, but the thing is, I couldn't take that scene serious. Like, I was expecting way more, and especially with Mano. He's not an actor.
That's right, but let him rock. That was his favorite. He's not an actor. That's his first acting role. Let him rock. What you got against Mano?
And I got nothing against Mano. Hard ass motherfucker. But the thing is, it wasn't very cinematic. It was more like, yo, motherfucker, this and that. I'm like, it could have shown more, like, it could have been more detail of the shooting where.
I think they gave it too much shine. Like, it could have been, you know, it's something that was probably, like, quick. It made it into, like, 5 minutes just to give Mano some shine. But shout out to Mano, though.
And the thing, too, about the shooting, we wouldn't know that Haitian Jack and King Tut was the shooter. There
was rumors. There were
rumors that a man named Dexter Hayes, who's incarcerated right now, he's the man that pulled the trigger on Pop. We didn't really know the full story into that, too. There was a scene where, was it Nigel? His name was?
Yeah, Haitian Jack in the movies.
Haitian Jack and Nigel. They were all talking with the boys, and then his boys were like, yo, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get Tupac. He's acting reckless. And Nigel was like, nah. I said, well, what did he say?
Yeah, he said nobody move unless I tell him to move.
And then his boys moved. So it was like, from there, I think that scene wasn't very necessary. I just felt like they should have had like just niggas right there ready to rob him. And then especially too, they had Mano and a cameo earlier of the movie when he went to a club and went to see Biggie.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. That's when Biggie told him, yo, you know, watch out with these cats. They some real dudes.
But Tupac didn't listen. Maybe he was getting all the love. That's why he felt like New York trying to get his back against him. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why he had all that hatred between everybody. Where he was saying, fuck Biggie, Jay-Z, Chino XL, Mobb Deep, Nas, yeah.
But, you know, it goes, they if you've seen the Notorious movie, they did show the scene where Little C's came down in the elevator and they was like, yo, get back in the elevator, little nigga. Little C's fell the fuck back into the elevator. They brought Tupac upstairs. Tupac didn't want nobody next to him. Biggie Smalls was there and everybody's like, yo, everybody get the fuck out. Biggie Smalls was concerned because, you know, rumors has it that he had something to do. Maybe he didn't. The movie didn't really portray it that way. But then from there, this is where the movie kind of like, you know, slips up a bit. He's just on trial, and he's on trial with the bandage and everything, but they don't really explain why he's on trial. Like, unless you catch, like, little 2 seconds, they mention that he palmed some girl on the butt, so they call that a sexual assault. Then he's on trial, and then from there, he goes straight to jail. And then the movie, the first half of the movie is being narrated from him being in jail. Some guy comes interviewing him. I guess that's the real interview that you can see online. And then he goes to jail, and then, you know, they show how the CEOs treat him and all of that. He's in jail for 1.5 years. He thinks he can do it. You know, some things happen in jail. They don't show a rape scene. There's this rumor.
Damn it.
There's this rumor that Wendy Williams started. That Tupac was raped in jail, and he
got love from the homies.
He got love from the homies. Always get love from the homies. They say that, you know, he said that nothing happened, but we wasn't there. We're not gonna speculate if he was raped or not. But that's one of the scenes that was left out of the movies. John Singleton, by the way, who was also scheduled to direct the movie, wanted to start off the fucking movie with Tupac getting raped in jail and wanted to show him raping 2 white girls in the butt or some shit like that. And like, you know, people was like, yo, none of that happened back in the 90s. Dudes wasn't fucking girls in their asses. Like, that's some, you know, 2010 plus type shit. Dudes eating a booty hole and all that shit.
There's a Tupac sex tape out there too, with him and his homie about a gang rape some white chick too.
Really? I'm about to Google that.
I think too, they didn't really show his relationship with other artists too. I heard he was gonna be close with Madonna.
Yeah, they didn't show Madonna in the movie. I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Tupac in that crusade that he was wearing, that T.I. got shitted on for wearing that shit. They didn't show that scene.
Oh, they didn't show. Oh, good. I totally forgot about that.
Give it up for me.
Give it up. And also, they were giving out more his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith too.
Yeah, because that was his bestie. They was best friends since Baltimore. Like, you know, at least that part was real. But back to the timeline of the movie. So he goes to jail. Some things happen in jail. Like, he needs to get out. Money is tight. His manager's not doing nothing. He sees somebody get shanked to death. And from there, I guess he calls Suge Knight.
But I don't like that. They didn't really explain his money situation, why he couldn't bail himself out. They should have explained that even more into the movie.
Yeah, they give you little clips and pieces where he's talking about, I need money for lawyer fees. And they bring up the movie Above the Rim. Like, yo, is that movie going through?
Classic movie.
Oh, yeah. Haitian Jack was there recording the movie. Was there on set while he was recording the movie. I guess he funded it or something.
Yeah.
He wanted that money to come through. He was supposed to be in Higher Learning. Good movie. I like that movie.
Great movie.
And they said they was going to go a different direction. They chose somebody else for the role. So he was in Little Money Issues and shit like that. But like Steve said, they didn't really go too much into his money issues. And that's when he calls Suge Knight.
Oh, Mr. Big Boss Man. Shout out Suge Knight.
Shout out Suge Knight from in jail. Let me say this real quick. Suge Knight has some Dominican-ass eyebrows. Yo. His eyebrows was like on fleek. I've never known Suge Knight to have his eyebrows done. But the Suge Knight they chose for this movie, the first thing you notice is that he's tall, he's mulatto, and his eyebrows are on fleek.
I feel like they picked this nigga out of La Medina. Like, yo, you want to play a Vogue? You want to make some motherfucking money? He was smoking his hookah. Like, yo, let me hear your voice. Like, come in. It was like that. So, like, the Suge Knight, I'm mad that they didn't have an NWA, but this Suge Knight over here, he was a good actor. I liked him. What you thought about him?
He was cool. He came in there. He kept it on some G shit. He had a white boy lawyer, and he's like, listen, in this game, you know what I'm saying? White people run this, and we got to make our own money. Money ain't an issue. Death Row is more than a record label. It's a way of life. And I applauded him when he said that shit. That's when Tupac said, fuck it, I'm going to shake your hand. There ain't no written contracts. This handshake right here, it is what it is. And that's when Suge Knight came, put up that $1.4 million for bail, and Pac was out.
Once he got out, shout out to the stylist, cause I love all his Versace outfits. They were on point.
His outfits was on point. I was like, I gotta get me that shit tomorrow.
He had some Versace briefs. I'm like, yo, I need myself a pair. I see all these fucking hood buggers with Supreme briefs. Like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm buying some fucking Versace briefs.
I want them gold chain shirts he had on and wear that shit unbuttoned.
Yo, he made those white pants work. Fucking all these Dominican niggas with white pants, like those shit ain't working. The way Pac was doing it in the movie, you saw that with the Versace briefs on with the white pants, like yo, with the gold chains and the nose ring, yo.
You want to get your nose pierced now?
Maybe.
Hold on. We skipped a little bit. When he was in jail, the movie show, I don't know if this was for real or not. The movie showed that, in the movie they showed that when he was in jail, that was the first time he heard the song Who Shot Ya from Biggie Smalls and shit like that. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but they showed that that's the first time he heard that song, and that's when he realized that maybe Biggie Smalls had something to do with his shooting at Quad Studios.
But in your opinion, you think that was directed at him? And they were saying that song.
Yeah, the rumors. Before. Yeah, they said the song was recorded before. I mean, the Notorious movie said that song was recorded way before. I'm gonna go with the movie was recorded way before, because if Biggie Smalls had nothing to do with the shooting, he has nothing to gain from claiming that shooting. Like we said, we wasn't there. We're not here to correct hip hop history. But what I believe, I don't believe. I don't believe Biggie Smalls had anything to do with that shooting.
I think he was inspired from Wild Niggas, He's the Bomb. That's why, like, niggas who actually pop off. And that was one of the situations, maybe it was like, yo, Biggie had some wild niggas, and they were like, pointed out, like, who shot you? Mm-hmm. So maybe it wasn't really directed at him. It just meant the directing where he's a real nigga, Biggie, not to fuck with.
And Biggie did also warn him, watch the people you hang out with. You never know. But they showed that was the first time he heard that song. He came out of jail. Shook bailed him out at $1.4 million. He came out with a bang. Shook told him, yo, we got a 3-album deal, blase, blase. He came out, was a California love. That's when the movie got real lit. I feel like that's when the movie got lit. Once they introduced
they were showing the mansions.
The mansions, the video shoots, that's when the shit got lit for me.
I think too, they didn't get too detailed about the Death Row situation where how everything started. Like I want to see more where
I feel like they wasn't gonna show that because that's gonna be in the Death Row movie. Death Row movie's coming out soon, which is a movie I can't wait to see because there was parts of Death Row that was left out from the movie.
And then
but I feel like that's gonna be left out for a purpose because it's gonna be introduced in the Death Row movie.
They didn't really show Dr. Dre in the movie. It had like one scene of some dude who looked like Dr.
Scenes,
Dre.
yeah.
And with Snoop Dogg, like it's not the same Snoop Dogg I expected. I loved his voice.
Yeah, the Snoop Dogg, I felt like it was a voiceover. I felt like that really wasn't him. Like they did a voiceover for the dude. The dude, they picked a budgeted Snoop Dogg. He didn't even look like Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been a better Snoop Dogg and a better Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre looked like DOC. Like, I don't know who the fuck that was in that movie.
Hell no. He looked like a light-skinned Puerto Rican cat in the movie. Yeah, look.
With a hoop earring on his left ear.
Yeah, so I feel like they just got dudes from the Heights. Like, yo, you want to make a movie? I'm like, yo, come on. They could have got better, not better actors, like more of a, they should have done a better screening because they said the movie took 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
And from there, like, you know, I was expecting way more. And from the Death Row, it could have been better where they should have shown how they made California Love.
Like how we were saying before, they skipped over a lot of the music and how the music was made. Like they'll give you like a quick 1 minute, 2 minute scene. Not even 2, like 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, and like that was it. Here you go, and then on to the next scene.
Yeah, like most of the people don't know, California Love was a sample from Roger Troutman.
California Love.
Sorry, I'm getting it wrong, but that's what I remember. So I wanted to see how Dr. Dre was inspired from that record from Roger Troutman, the original king of autotune. What's going on right now? For all these youngins that don't know where autotune came from, it was from him back in the West Coast. I wanted to see where Dr. Dre, that was actually his song, and he gave to Tupac. Many of Death Row artists or Snoop Dogg DBG artists, they gave the songs up for Tupac. What's that record called? Gangsta Party.
Ain't nothing but a gangsta party.
That's supposed to be a Daz, a DBG collab. Snoop Dogg. They get everything to Tupac, and they should explain more into that too. Cause like you know we all big hip hop heads.
We are. Shout out to Steve Hova. That's why he's here on the podcast. But we doing this for the culture. Like if this motherfucker didn't know a little bit about hip hop, he would not be here.
That's why it's a double disc album too.
Mm-hmm. The first ever hip hop double disc album release.
Cause they saying Tupac was a workaholic, but he's not gonna finish that album.
That's one thing too. Pardon me for interrupting you. That's one thing too that I wanted. Like everybody that knew Tupac would let you know that Tupac was a workaholic. He was in the studio. He would bust out one song. That's it. Boom. On to the next one. You remaster. You engineer that shit later. Boom. We good to another one. They didn't show his work hustle in this movie.
They showed one clip of his work hustle in the beginning.
Brenda had
that's the one thing.
He was like, "Yo, we're gonna get this right," and you know that's it. All his other songs, they didn't show that. They didn't show his work hustle enough in this movie.
Yeah, that's why it plays a part with his albums too. Like they should have shown more. Like, damn, this dude's a fucking workaholic.
Yeah, they skipped his first 3-4 albums, and then once he came out of jail, they got into All Eyez on Me, and they gave a lot of light. Which was a great album. They gave a whole lot of light on All Eyez on Me, but I guess that's because you know he got with Death Row, and they needed to extend that part a bit to let you know what was going on.
Yeah, and it was more of a crossover too. I didn't like how they went to California Love, Gangsta Party, and then Hail Mary, because Hail Mary was for the Machiavelli album, and I'm like thinking like he made it at the same time period or they just put it together. So that's why I wanted to see more. And then Hail Mary is one of the craziest songs of all time, in my opinion.
Shout out to Hail Mary.
Tupac wasn't great lyricist, but that's what
when they gave that movie, I was looking around. I'm trying to see who's trying to shoot this place up. This song is hard as fuck.
hell yeah, niggas high right now, and yo, niggas blazing up
Motherfuckers
in
lit,
there.
lit off for thought juice. I knew I smelled a little marijuana in the air. I knew I smelled a little marijuana in the air.
And they should have given a better introduction to the Outlaws, cause like Tupac mentioned Outlaws, and then it was like he was in the song "Hit 'Em Up," and then later in the ending he was explaining Suge Knight, yo, them nigga Outlaws, yo, they hard, but it was like he should have gave a better introduction who they were too.
Mm-hmm.
They like a lot of things that missed out in the movie. I can't say I'm disappointed because I really didn't know what to expect from the movie, and I do understand that they didn't want to put certain things about Tupac or who he really was. So from the All Eyez on Me album, from the double disc, they should explain more how influential that album was. That was a classic too.
Yeah,
and
it really was.
And for everybody that's hip hop heads, they're saying that was his best production, one of his best rhymes he ever spit. Like, it was a great album.
And for all its albums going platinum, they could have really emphasized that a whole lot more. Like, they just brushed over it like if it was nothing. Like, oh yeah, your album came out platinum. The next one's gold, on its way to platinum. Like it was nothing,
They should show more of his success, like after the album, like how it impacted society, how everything was going on. Tupac was like the biggest star out there in the mid '90s.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never experienced it, but everything I heard from Tupac, it was like, dang,
it's great.
He was just been out there hustling, and then from there it was Biggie, and then after that, once Tupac became big, I don't think Tupac ever expected for him to be that big. So once he gained all that power, I think that's when he was like, yo, I'm gonna go for Biggie's neck, because Biggie at the time was a fucking superstar too when he was in jail. When he hurt,
when he was in jail, that's when Biggie Smalls really he skyrocketed some more, because there was nobody else there out there, really battling him like that, like Pac was,
And I feel like too, I think he wasn't mad about who Shia was a direct diss at him. I think he was just mad. Maybe he could be mad. Maybe he could be mad. It could have been
off that song. He believed that they was the one that popped.
No. I'm saying it could have been jealousy too. Like, damn, this nigga
could have been jealousy too. Yeah, he's killing it, and I'm in jail, and I can't do shit from here.
Yeah, cause he probably would thought about Biggie, like, damn, this nigga's killing him right now. He could be reaching out to me, or he's helping me with a situation, or maybe that's why he thought about Bad Boy. Like, damn, like I took this nigga under my wing, and then these niggas not even reaching out, so he went the other route and asked for Suge Knight. East Coast and West Coast beef was going on. Maybe the media was portraying it as how big it was, cause maybe it wasn't that big.
It wasn't. It was one of those things that the media comes in, they want their views and shit like that. So they was making it's East Coast versus West Coast, East versus West Coast. Cause even Snoop was like, yo, we don't got a beef with the East Coast, and other East Coast rappers like, hey, we don't really got beef. And there was artists flying from the East to the West and from the West to the East. Yeah, it was just something that the media was trying to blow out of proportion.
Yeah, cause they were going back and forth. Cause a lot of situations that was happening. Cause they were. I don't remember, but rumors or not, but what I remember, there was a confrontation with Death Row and Bad Boy that they ended up almost about to square up, and none ever happened. And there was another rumor where Nas almost jumped Tupac.
Stuff that they didn't show in the movie.
This rumor where if Nas could have made a move when he saw Tupac, and especially too, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they had a conversation. I believe I heard about that. Yeah,
they had a conversation, and that conversation led where I heard from, I think it was Jungle, Nas' brother, saying that he could have pulled the trigger on Pac from there. Like, he had him on a position.
I heard that interview.
Yeah, so there was something like that. And I think they should have went more into the Source Awards too, because that Source Awards was big. And they should have put a bigger scene, like everybody all together there. It would have been cool. They would have had Outkast from there. They would have had Biggie and Puff there. They just show more. They just show a clip of what was going on. That's another thing too I didn't really like. Like, I was hoping, like, damn, I really want to hear what the Source Awards was gonna go on. Like, Suge said his famous line, but it wasn't a very big scene. It was like something short. I'm like, I was expecting way more from that.
Yeah.
For the beef too, I think at the time when they were spending their time in New York, what I remember, Snoop Dogg, his trailer got shot up too. Because they were also recording a diss track, New York, where you see Snoop Dogg putting down the Twin Towers, he's like slamming New York. They didn't really talk about that too. I know that's part of the DBG or Death Row, but there were like a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I think too, even Tupac has full support of Wu-Tang too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing they never put out.
Yeah. They didn't even mention Wu-Tang. They played one Wu-Tang song where he was in the club, but they didn't even talk about, none of the stuff that was going on.
And thing too, it could have been a connection because at the time Wu-Tang were beefing with Biggie too. They were beefing with Biggie and Nas Wu-Tang.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, no, not Nas, sorry, but more with Biggie. So I felt like they should add more into it. Like I felt like this could have been like a big hip hop head movie where earlier I was saying it could have been a Netflix series, but like a lot of things maybe they didn't want to put in there because maybe it could be true, maybe it couldn't be true.
Yeah, but a lot of things was left out because it's gonna show it in the Death Row movie. But once he signed the Death Row, that was like the beginning of the end right there, because then they showed the All Eyes on Me. He was on stage. He performed the Hit 'Em Up song. They showed when he met Faith in the club, and they was like, yo, we should record a song together. They did that. Fast forward a little bit, they showed when they had Snoop Dogg on with Angie Martinez that he was like, oh, Biggie and them, those are the homeboys. And then you seen the face of Pac and Suge. They all like, what the fuck this dude just said? Oh, really? Y'all homeboys? Alright. So they showed how they did Snoop dirty and whatever. They didn't let his Uncle Junebug or his crew on the plane. They showed Snoop jump on the plane because he knew something probably gonna go down. He grabbed the knife real quick, hid it under the blanket, and then they got off the flight. Nobody wanted to talk to Snoop. I felt bad for Snoop. The movie made me feel bad for Snoop.
They didn't really show the relation between Snoop and Pac because what I heard they were kind of tight, and then from there it didn't really show it. It showed like they
didn't show that interview either where he had his hair permed and shit like that. I thought it was gonna show that shit real quick.
Oh yeah, where Tupac had his full support when Snoop Dogg was going through the murder trial too.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show none of that, and then when he did that MTV interview you were talking about right now, they should have showed that. That was a classic interview too.
That was, yeah. You see Snoop in the background not talking nothing because they say that right there he knew something was gonna happen to Tupac. But the movie kind of made it seem like maybe Snoop had something to do with the Tupac shooting at the end of shit, because once they came off the airplane, nobody wanted to fuck with Snoop no more. Snoop was like, all right, cuz I'm headed this way, blase, blase. And then from there, they go to he was headed to the Tyson fight. Now here's another inconsistency in the movie. Tupac had his girl, Quincy Jones' daughter. I forgot her name, not Rashida Jones, the other one. she was fine in that movie too, whoever she was. Cute. They showed that she was the only one that was in the hotel room. So they go to when Tupac went to go see the Mike Tyson fight, and then from there they was playing. There was in a casino gambling a little bit, and then they see some Crip dude was the one that robbed one of the Death Row's member Chain early on in the movie. They showed Tupac run on him, punch that nigga. Everybody else jump him. They pulled out Tupac. They let Suge and the rest of the fucking 20 entourage dudes stomp this dude out. And then from there, they show Pac going back to the hotel room. Now, according to resources, he had his girl, who was Quincy Jones' daughter, and his cousin in the hotel room. And then his cousin was on in an interview talking about, yeah, Pac came in there, he was mad hype. He was like, yo, I gave him the rope-a-dope, I gave him the 1-2 punch, da-da-da-da. In the movie, they didn't really show the hype, and in the movie, it was just his girl.
And thing too, with the Crip member that they did jump, supposedly rumor that he's the one that retaliated and shot Tupac, and he ended up dying months later. The Crip member that died, and then back to the Mike Tyson fight too. They didn't show a relationship he had with Mike Tyson too.
Yeah, they didn't show Mike Tyson at all in the movie. They
were tight together too.
Yeah, if there was a show Haitian Jack, they had to show Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson was not in the movie.
Yeah, especially too when Mike Tyson had videos where you're like, damn, he could have been involved preventing Tupac from even going out. Mm-hmm. And also too, people don't know, Tupac made an intro for Mike Tyson to come out the ring. Yeah. So they didn't even show that.
They didn't show that. They just showed him going to a fight and then leaving the fight, and he was gambling, punched that Crip dude, went back to the room and said what up to his girl real quick, and then I'm headed out and whatever. And his cousin was there, but then they showed the cousin in the movie. Then he's out in the room, he changes his shirt real quick, he leaves the room, then there's a scene like if he knows something's gonna happen to him, and that's when you already know what's gonna happen. From there, he goes to the car, Suge Knight, he was like, yo, nah, I'm gonna ride with Suge or whatever. They in the car, they doing their thing. They talking to some girls in another car, and from the other side of the car, they get hit up. Bang, 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 bang.
Then Sugar driving crazy. He's swerving all around.
He got shot in the head allegedly.
In the middle of the street.
Did they show Sugar get shot in the head? I didn't see no blood from his head. Did they show Sugar get shot in the head?
No, that's another thing too. They should have shown Sugar getting shot too. It made it seem like
Sugar got shot in the head or he got grazed in the head, but there was no blood on Sugar's head.
No, there was a little blood, but they didn't really show it.
No, I'm gonna have to watch the movie again. I didn't see no blood.
So he was going kind of crazy, and from there they stopped the car. They got stopped by cops from these bicycle cops, and from there Tupac wasn't got Tupac. His bodyguards came up. They got Tupac at the car, and basically he was not pronounced dead.
6 days later.
6 days later, yeah. So he's on the floor. I didn't like the way they ended the movie. They put a gospel music theme on.
Yeah.
And from there, it was like it wasn't very tearful. Like from a lot of movies, I can't find where somebody dies. Like I end up crying a little bit, like the NWA movie.
Yeah, this movie wasn't emotional. You know, like it didn't even have an emotional moment.
It's not a very cinematic movie. That's the thing. I got kind of disappointed. They could have put better music on. It gives you a different vibe, different feeling. Like when Tupac got shot, they put something gospel. I'm like, I'm not trying to hear this. Like, come on. Like, it could have been better. Where like, damn, what they shed a tear for Tupac. Like, shit.
Word. It wasn't emotional. I didn't feel that emotional. You know.
Notorious movie. It was a bad movie to me. But when he got shot, they put that scene. I kind of teared.
We get into the ending. Yeah. At the ending of the Notorious movie, you know, they showed his body. They not dragged. They drove his body all throughout Brooklyn. They showed, you know, shots of his mom's all tearful and stuff like that. And you know, it was a 5-minute scene maybe, but you felt it. You felt like, damn, Biggie Smalls is dead. You know what I'm saying? You know, you feel a little way before you leave the movie theater. But Tupac gets shot. He gets killed. Little gospel music, roll credits.
Or they gave subtitles of what he accomplished. I'm like, why would they give like subtitles of what he did? Like,
yeah, they should have had a narrator, like
they should have Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman should have been there talking about Tupac had these amount of movies, these amount of singles, these amount of hit albums, platinum albums before the age of 25, which is a whole lot more than any of these new little younger rappers is doing out here. Uzi.
We never felt established.
Playboy Cardi.
It should have been a better ending, and completely overall, like, I give the movie 3 stars. Like, I can't say it's bad.
I give it 3.5. On a list of best biopics, number 1 is still Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton was good. In the middle of the movie, you want to feel the tears, you feel the ups, you feel the downs. You feel a lot more heartwarming in Straight Outta Compton than you do for the Tupac movie. And what sucks is because you do want to feel that heartwarming feeling, you know, looking at a legend like Tupac. But the movie just didn't deliver that much.
Yeah, like, I could say, I'm not hating the movie. I could watch it again, but I'm not paying for it. But
Boule?
Yeah, Boule, or whenever it comes out.
HD release.
On BET. I see it on BET.
I can't watch movies on BET, bro. It's too
That's why I see it. But movies that I think that are better, like, I was expecting way more. I could say Get Rich or Die Trying is better. 8 Mile is better.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not trying to shit on the movie, but it just we expected way more from Tupac.
Mind you, we just came out of the movie theaters and we hitting you up with this podcast. Maybe if we see it one more time, I have some different opinions. Maybe if we do a little more fact checking, we might, you know, check some of our facts. But, you know, 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5 stars is what we give this movie.
But the dude who played Tupac, he did a great job.
He did a great role. Yeah, I did feel in the commercials, I didn't feel like that was Tupac.
Yeah.
Watching the movie, you really feel like that was Tupac.
I feel like they could have had a better cast around him. Like, it made it feel like damn, like
Suge Knight shouldn't have had his eyebrows on fleek like that. Suge Knight looked like he did like he threaded his eyebrows every other day.
Oh my god, he looked like a monster from the Heights. Like, come on, they should have had a way better supporting cast.
Suge Knight was a hard motherfucker though. They showed him as a hard motherfucker though.
Oh yeah. You can't say.
Yeah, there was some scenes. You know, we spoiled the movie enough, but there's still a whole lot more that we didn't spoil for you guys.
I feel like they should have shown him fucking up more niggas.
Word, they should have showed him hanging Vanilla Ice out the window. But that's for the Death Row movie. That's for them to do and take care of. And I hope they do the Death Row movie right. Everything that was missing from this movie, they better put it in that movie.
Yeah, because I can't say I'm disappointed. I can't say I'm happy. It could have been a way.
Oh, I'm happy I went to go watch it. I'm happy I went to go watch it with you at least.
It was
Can you say that?
I'm happy I didn't spend $15 or $20. Or seen it 4D.
I'm happy we went to the early screening and we seen it before everybody else. Everybody's about to see it in a couple of hours.
Or maybe tomorrow.
I gotta work tomorrow.
I see Baywatch and then see that movie.
We'll save those for other movie reviews. But this is the Uncanny Podcast. It's your boy Uncanny Flocko in
Steve.
And we'll get back at you on the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.